Thanks for being here. We've spent a lot of time in the distant past. Today, we move a little closer to the present. So, imagine standing on a smoke-filled battlefield where the man in your crosshairs isn't just an enemy, he's your brother. It sounds like a Hollywood script, right? But during the American Civil War, this was the brutal reality for thousands of men. Please take a second and hit the like or subscribe if this is decent content, or just tell me how bad it is in the comments. Please, I need fast women and slow drinks. Okay, enough goofing, let's go. We're taught that the Civil War was a total fracture of our nation. North versus South, blue versus gray, a house divided that couldn't stand. But there's a side of this history that's a bit more shadowy, we'll say. While the rest of the country was tearing itself apart, a secret thread stayed tied tight. You guessed it, Freemasonry. Now look, I know what you're thinking. What's with this guy and secret societies, handshakes? Sounds like a lunatic's theory. But my peoples, if I can call you that, the records tell a different story, one that's actually very crazy by our standards. We'll call this the Savannah Test. And this is actual documented historic record I'm reading. Early in the war, Union soldiers captured the beaches in South Carolina. One of those soldiers was apparently halfway through his Masonic degrees. Under a literal white flag of truce, the Union sent a message to the Confederate lines. They didn't ask for a ceasefire, though. They asked if a nearby Confederate lodge could test their guy and raise him to a master mason. And the Confederates? They actually did it. They escorted him through 30 miles of enemy defenses, finished his initiation, and then marched him right back to his own camp. In the middle of a war, they chose the Masonry over the conflict. There is something noble in that, Freemasonry and secrets aside, and I was truly astonished having read that. Then you've got the heavy hitters. At Gettysburg, it being the bloodiest turning point of the war, Confederate General Lewis Armistead was mortally wounded while breaching the Union line. As he lay dying, he didn't call out for a doctor first. He gave a Masonic sign of distress. You'll have to look that up yourself. The explanation is expansive. A Union captain, who happened to be a Mason, ran into the line of fire to help him. Armistead handed over his personal watch and jewels, trusting his enemy to get them back to his family and his best friend on the Union side, General Winfield Hancock. It's this crazy and very edgy paradox. They were fighting to the death for their governments, but they were bound by a code that wouldn't let a brother suffer alone. We can say what we want, but I think we all know that's an extremely noble gesture. So why does this matter to us? Well, it's called the Golden Age of Fraternalism. Between 1870 and 1920, where nearly 40% of American men belonged to a fraternal order. Why? Well, that one is open for debate. I've read a lot of statements and counterclaims to this mystery. Call it what you want. A secret society or just a group of guys with a very intense sense of loyalty, but in the 1860s, Freemasonry was the only bridge left standing when every other one had literally been burned. It's proof that even in the darkest Great Division, there are some bonds that just won't snap. I hope you've enjoyed this. See you in the next one.